Saudi Arabia, the land of Mecca, Medina, the Kaaba, disposes the light of Islam. But what is hiding in the shadows? There is a place called Dar al Raya. The government call it care home. The girls inside call it something else. Hell, cage, house of horror. If you listen to them, really listen, you will find out what life really looks like for Muslim daughters in the headquarter of Islam, in the very heart of Islam. Let's start with homes, the families, the fathers. Fathers who are biologically programmed to love their children, care for them, and provide for them. Those fathers looks like not exist in Islam. Yahya, now in exile, she shares, since I was 13, my father used Dar al-Raya as a threat. If I didn't obey his sexual abuse, he would send me there. Read that again. A father wants to have a sex with his daughter. And if she says no, if she doesn't please her father, father says, I will send you Dar al-Raya. In Islam's holiest land, that's the father's right. Laila went to police. She was being abused by her father and brothers. A father who is biologically programmed to love Layla. A brothers who are biologically programmed to take care of her and protect her, abused her. Layla was simply their sex toy. She went to the police. She told the truth. What did state do? They locked me up in Dar al Raya. I stayed there until my father signed my release. Her abuser had a legal power to keep her in prison. That's Sharia. She was sent back to very house where she's being abused by her father and her brothers. Reminds me the story where woman is being beaten, her skin is greener than her dress. Muhammad sends her back to husband. And now very similar things is happening in Saudi Arabia to the girls who are being abused by their father and their brothers. That's Sharia. You think it's a shelter. It's a torture chamber. Amina, 25 years old, was beaten by her father. She ran into that shelter. Staff laughed at her. They called her father to come and get her. He beat her again. She ran to another city, alone, abandoned, ashamed. And she says, I feel like my life didn't matter. Even if I die, no one would care. Again, state sent her back to the very house where she's been abused and beaten. No one cared about her. Did Prophet of Islam cared about the woman who was beaten? No. Why on earth would the followers of Muhammad care about Amina? Inside Dar al Raya, girls are called not by names but by numbers. It's supposed to be care house. It looks like more prison to me. Number 25, come here. They are strip searched. They are subject to the virginity test. They are flogged for not praying. Flogged for being or seen with another girl. Apparently, that gives the impression that you are lesbian. Sedated at night. Forbidden from contacting the outside of the world. And worst of all, they can't even leave unless a male guardian signs them off. Think about it. When the male guardian is their rapist, their abuser, the one who slaves them, needs to sign a paper to say, yes, they can leave this prison now. With that, she's going back to that rapist. She's going back to that abuser. She's going back to the one who are enslaving her. Welcome to Islam. Welcome to Islam. And this is happening in the holy land of Muslim world, headquarter of Islam in Saudi Arabia. And to just make it clear, this is not something cultural. If you think this is cultural, you've got to think again. Islamic scholars are on the record justifying such a mindset. You've got Muslim scholars are telling us fathers should not be left alone with their daughters. If she's wearing tight clothes, he may be tempted. Let that sink in.
متحرش من بنته. طيب سأتكلم عن ذلك بالتفصيل، ما عاد يحتاج تكملين السؤال. أختي أم سارة ذكرت أن هناك شخص يتحرش بابنته، ولا شك أن هذا نوع من الشذوذ والعياذ بالله، ونوع من الفاحشة. يعني وأيضا ينبغي على البنت ألا تلبس لباسا فاضحا أمام أبيها. يا جماعة، بعض البنات أحيانا تكون في شبابها وجسمها جميل أحيانا ونحو ذلك، وتلبس لباسا ضيقا من هالبنطلونات والبلايز القصيرة وتخرج إلى أبيها. برضو أبوها شاب، ربما فتن بابنتها أعوذ بالله، وربما يعني إذا سلم عليها أو قبلها أو ضمها يكون يعني ربما أن الشيطان يؤزه لبعض الأمور. فأنا أدعو أيضا مثل هذه البنت وغيرها إذا كانت يعني في مرحلة شبابها ألا تلبس لباسا سيئا أمام أبيها، أو ربما أبرزت شيئا من ثديها أو نحو ذلك بناء على أنه أبوها، لكن يبقى أن هذا الأب شاب، فلا يجوز لها أن تلبس اللباس الضيق. الأمر الثاني، لا تخلو بأبيها، لا تجلس لوحدهم في غرفة لوحدهما، ولا إنما تحرص أن تكون الأم موجودة أو إخوانها موجودون أو نحو ذلك، إلا أن ييسر الله تعالى لها وتتزوج.
Let that sink in. Islam doesn't teach fathers, you've got to love your daughter so sacrificially, provide for her, take care of her, do not let any harm to come her. No, Islam doesn't teach that. Islam doesn't even teach fathers to control themselves towards their own daughter. Islam teaches daughters must cover up, or they will make their father want to have sex with them. Such a disgusting ideology.
وتلبس لباسا ضيقا من هالبنطلونات والبلايز القصيرة وتخرج إلى أبيها. برضو أبوها شاب، ربما فتن بابنتها أعوذ بالله، وربما يعني إذا سلم عليها أو قبلها أو ضمها يكون يعني ربما أن الشيطان يؤزه لبعض الأمور.
This is not a man is having lustful desires to the neighbors, to someone who they see on television or anything. Father is having lustful desires towards his daughter because what she's wearing. And that's Islam. That is Islam. This is not a fringe, not extremism at all. It is the mainstream voices in Islam's heartland. And this is what is being preached in mosques, aired on satellite TV, and printed in textbooks from Mecca to Medina. So, when a girl is being raped by her father and then locked up for the family honor, why are we surprised? This is Islam, practiced exactly as taught. And remember, this isn't happening in some extremist backwater. This is Saudi Arabia, so-called guardian of Islam. The nation that funds Islamic centers across the world. The nation builds mosques in your neighborhood. The nation that trains imams for your city. And yet, in the very homes of this nation, this is what we find. Fathers are threatening their daughters with prison if they resist father's sexual desire, if they resist abuse. Mothers are silent, daughters are beaten, violated, and discarded. And girls are flogged by the state for being victims. Dar al-Raya is not an accident. It is Islam fully implemented. Ask yourself, what kind of religion makes rapists the gatekeeper for girls' freedom? What kind of law gives a father power to lock up his daughter, not for sin, but for speaking up? What kind of God tells fathers they might lust after their own children and tells children to be more modest? This cannot be divine wisdom. This is simply evil. Islam allows fathers to have full control over their daughter as rapist. Not acceptable. And you know what? Sad thing is, this is the system millions are told to respect. This is the law millions are told to fear. This is the God millions are told to worship. In Islam, while the daughters are being chained, while the victim is being imprisoned, Lord Jesus Christ come to break the chains, to defend the broken, and then set the captives free. Here's the bottom line. Islam is the cage. Islam puts people into that cage, locks them up. You live there under the fear. You must stay silent. when the abuse happens. That's what Islam does. Islam is the cage. Good thing is, Jesus Christ, eternal Son of the Father, is the key to that cage.